Convenience store operators are noticeably nervous about the adoption of electric vehicles. I've crossed paths and talked with several of them. I've read their literature, and it's very clear that should the adoption of electric vehicles start taking off, their livelihood is in jeopardy. Even if they converted all their gas pumps to electric vehicle charging or kept a few gas pumps around, something like that, 2/3 of their customers are going to be charging at home, getting their fuel out of their garage, leaving them with road trippers, apartment dwellers, and internal combustion engine holdouts as customers. So the customer base, should the electric vehicles really take off, is going to dramatically shrink. And there's been some reaction going on, and specifically in RaceTrac. This is their headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. They are enjoying a bit of a expansion time. They're moving. This is their previous service area, but they've added 2 states to that, which is Indiana and Ohio. So they're in the process of expanding. The hardware that they're using for the electric vehicle charging is the same as 7-Eleven Circle K, which is the ABB Terra 184. It's a dual-handled 180 kilowatt charger. Back-end partner is EV Connect. They do have one location that's already up. There's been some additional updates, so I decided to do this video, but nothing's changed as far as open locations. Garland, Texas has been spotted now under construction, and I'm going to call it a canopy site. The canopy's not up yet, but I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. Smyrna, Georgia is really the big news. They're going to be putting in a 20,000 square foot facility. Actually, not putting in, they're taking over a previous Barnes & Noble right at the interchange of Interstate 75 and 285 in northern Georgia, Cobb County. The proposal that was dropped with the Planning Commission of Cobb County, Georgia, yet to be approved, has 12 EV charging stalls. And there's a link here I'll put down below in the description that is a report on that proposal. Multi-use facility, not just a convenience store. There's also going to be an attached restaurant and training facilities as well. Kind of like a hamburger university, McDonald's approach to RaceTrac is what I figure, that operators from other locations can come in and get trained on how to run a RaceTrac store. This is the one location that's open, and although it looks kind of cartoony, this is actually a real picture. I'm not sure why the grass is so darn green here. But you can see a canopy, and here's the ABB Terra 184, dual-handled, and trash cans, squeegees, same, that's what available, same trash cans that are over there, which is really thoughtful. They're not just doing this as an afterthought. They're doing it with a lot of deliberation, trying to attract EV drivers to their facilities. And as I said, even should we go to 100% today on EV sales, which we're not, but let's just say hypothetically today we were at 100% EV sales, it would still take 10 years in order for the internal combustion engines to weed out of the system, because they're already on the road and it takes that long for cars to kind of get pruned out. So there's definitely time for the convenience store operators, but I get the sense they all know the writing's on the wall, and that's why they're trying to adapt. Here's the Garland, Texas one. You can see the 3 holes, which is very similar here, the 2 post holes and the one for the charger. They're spaced very similarly, so I'm just going to call it a canopy location. It looks like that's what they're doing here. The Smyrna, Georgia proposal is here, and it's kind of small. Let me see if I can zoom in. And if you look at it on Google Maps, Street View, you'll see it's currently a Barnes & Noble branded store. The signage, I think, is still Barnes & Noble. But there are 16 standard fuel pumps right here underneath the canopy. And here are 12 EV charging stations underneath the canopy. There's no renderings yet. There's just this engineering schematic drawing for the planning board. So that's what the proposal is. Should it be approved by the Cobb County, Georgia Planning Commission, conceivably we would see this under construction in 2024 and possibly opening up well before this time next year, depending on permitting and equipment and things like that. So once again, to quickly go over, we've got one location open in Alabama, Oxford, Alabama, with a 2-stall implementation underneath the canopy, and there's a little bit of ambiguity on PlugShare about what the cost per kilowatt hour is. One says 30 and another says 45. So I need a little clarification on there, and once I clear that up, I'll put the right amount in there. The Garland, Texas has been spotted under construction, and the Smyrna has the planning in the hands of the Cobb County Planning Board. The other ones, there's no update on. Thanks for watching.